So we're here with Keith from Roots. He just started training Jiu-Jitsu about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
We're just going to talk about his journey, and we were having a pretty good conversation. We're going to get back to it about just traveling and everything. He travels and he's retired. We start these videos pretty much the same way. Just want to know your story on how you got to start Jiu-Jitsu and your journey, your 3-week journey so far.
Well, my name's Keith Omoto. I'm 56. I'm recently retired from a year from Vegas, from LVMPD. I was always an athletic person. So I swim a lot, I run a lot, do a little bit of CrossFit, do a little bit of gym. But my daughter and her boyfriend, Taylor, and shout out to Kimo, they're fanatics in Jiu-Jitsu.
Okay.
And being a dad, I was always trying to coach her, and she would tell me, you don't know, you don't roll, you don't. So do it, just do it, Dad. So I took the step and I did it, and she was absolutely right.
It's different watching it versus feeling it.
Oh, absolutely. There's mad respect for wrestlers and grapplers. I can run 25 miles. I can swim almost a mile. And nothing like rolling with the controlled breathing, with the chest play in your head, on top of the physical ability. Yeah, it's unbelievable. So I also want to curb the boredom. I can only exercise and do this and swim and run for so long, and my body parts start breaking down. Yep. So Jiu-Jitsu was just another notch in my belt just to add on. Yeah.
And what got you into this gym specifically? Was it location? Did you have a reference?
Location. I live probably about 10 minutes away from here.
Okay.
And I travel quite a bit. I travel on the off seasons either to Asia or to Europe. Okay. And I live in Las Vegas and Hawaii. So being consistent was something to consider to progress. And so, quite frankly, price came into it as well. And I know there's really, really good quality gyms in Hawaii, but this checked off all the boxes as far as the family atmosphere, the egos are in check, safety number one because I'm old, safety number one, and price is fair. I understand everything's a business as well. Yeah. So
very cool. How long has your daughter been training?
She's been training for probably since she was intermediate.
Okay.
Yeah. So she's a brown belt. Okay. Yeah, and then her boyfriend Kimo, he's from Saipan. He's a black belt.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. Power couple. Yeah. Just and I think we were talking about this. I don't know if it was you or story. I would carpool with them. Okay. And they would go every single day. They'll go to the gym. They'll go to Jits. They'll roll once or twice a day if they could. So I thought that was the norm. So I started doing that. And when I started to talk to other people, they said, I only come 2-3 times. And I was like, why am I coming so much? Because when you're old, it takes longer to heal.
The recovery is not the same. No.
It isn't, but I also talked to this other senior, and he said he continues to go consistently because if he stops, he'll ache. So I can really see why. Just simply like running or swimming or the gym and whatnot. Yeah.
Consistency matters, and being in the gym and controlling the speed at which you roll, the intensity at which you roll.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I think for any new person rolling, we all follow the same routine. We all want to go gung ho and go fast. And every single higher belt, I ask their advice, and every single time they tell me, slow down, breathe, and rest when you can. Yeah. And go for get for the position, not the submission. So after getting ground and pounded by 250-pound guys, I had to learn the hard way. So this is a great place. I mean, there's big guys here, but at Odin'S, there's some really big boys. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. I always tell people as a point of reference for them, like when they start, like train at the speed you can think. Because there's a lot of learning in jiu-jitsu, right? It's not just who's faster, who's stronger. There's a lot of like, in this scenario you do this, in that scenario you do this. If you can think when you're training, whatever intensity it is. If you're
Yeah.
in great shape, it's going to be a faster
Yeah.
pace. If you're good, it's a faster pace. If you're new and you can't think, like slow it down so you can think, because you're going to
Yeah.
learn faster, and then you're going to be able to pick up that intensity
Yeah,
later.
absolutely. I learned the hard way, mainly with my daughter. I mean, I think being my daughter, I think she fights at 115.
Okay.
So she's really tiny, petite Asian girl, you know. But she's a brown belt, so I thought I could muscle her, and I would go faster. And she just sped up twice as fast as me, and she wouldn't have it, you know.
Oh.
And a lot of the professors would say, go with this belt, the higher belt, but if you go fast, they'll go fast.
Yeah.
So I've learned to go slower and try to learn, and I've learned it's not about the submission; it's about the position, and trying that same technique over and over and over, and you know, just being patient. I think like life, right?
Like life.
I should know better. You know, I'm a senior.
Coming in at a higher age, you have that wisdom, and the ego's a little easier to put to the side versus like the guys who come in, they're 22 years old, they're like, oh, let me just go hard.
The first week, I think everyone has the same mentality. You don't want to look weak.
Right.
That's stigma. So I think everyone has to learn the hard way, and the hard way I learned was getting hurt. Yeah, as you can see, my fingers are all messed up, and I've learned what to do and what not to do. And so by learning and getting hurt, I've learned to slow down, and safety is number one.
Safety is number one.
And I think once I can establish to protect myself and keep myself safe, I can have more fun. Yeah, so that's kind of my theory.
Very good. That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
Safety is number one. If you're on the match, you're learning. If you get injured, you're not on the match, you're not learning.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I actually hurt my rib. I went with this MMA guy, and we were just kind of fooling around. He wasn't really rolling hard, but he was showing me why they pin against the fence and how they pin. And he picked me up from the side, and he popped my rib.
Oh.
And I couldn't. And jiu-jitsu is a lot of shrimping and moving with your core, and so it gave me a great opportunity to work on my legs in the gym. So my legs got really stronger in the gym. Yeah, yeah. You have to see it as an opportunity. Right? The glass is half full.
Yeah. Having a positive attitude definitely matters.
Yeah.
Can we talk about? So you said you're 56 and you're already retired.
Yep.
How do we pull this off? Because I want to replicate this. I'd love to retire as soon as possible. What did you do? What was your journey?
I think what a lot of people they tend to think in the present, like now, and the immediate self-gratification is really strong now, especially with the younger generation with, I think, video games, and they have to have the immediate gratification. I think really the secret is being disciplined, having a game plan, and able to think 20, 25 years down the line. So if you have to sacrifice 8 to 15 years, but travel and be free and not worry too much about money, the only thing I really worry about is my health. So this is the reason why I'm actually doing this, to just exercise in a different way to keep it fresh, you know? Yeah. And so if you have a game plan, well, I work for the LVMPD, the police force up there.
Okay.
So anytime you work for federal or city or government, you have a pension. And I try to tell the young guys, go ahead and have a game plan and plan for your retirement. You will have a retirement, pay off your house, you know.
Pay
off your house, buy another house, because in the way pension works is it's not a 401k where the market goes down, but you receive a check every month. But your check is not your 100% of your check, which you get all the time. Okay. It's usually 60 or anywhere from 55 to 75%. So what happens to that balance that you missed, the way of living you want?
Right.
So that's where when you buy another house and you pay it off, that income comes in to replace it. And people, they understand it, but they're not willing to make that sacrifice in driving the used car or the wife convincing them of buying the 5,000 square foot house. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or taking the trip to Disney Island.
Right.
You know, so you can. I suggest you travel, you do those things, but keep your eye on the bigger picture, because I can tell you just from my experience, it pays off. It pays off. Yeah.
I think having your health and having the freedom to go do some of these things, you're like, oh, I wish I did it, but like you can do it now, is like a great opportunity, and you don't have to go back to work because you have that check coming in.
Yeah, and I think for your viewers out there, one of the key factors was my parents got ill. My mother had a stroke. She was paralyzed, half her body. And she's still with us, but she needs 100% care. And that misfortune was an eye-opener to see what's coming in the future. And I think all of our relatives, we have somebody in the family that had a stroke or dementia, some type of disability where it prevents you from traveling or doing the things you want to do, simply just walking, you know? Wow. So I took that into consideration, and I could have made a lot more money in my pension, but I talked over my wife, and let's take the opportunity before something happens, because it's just not me. Like, I may be in shape, but if my wife say something happens health-wise, I'm in prison as well. I'm not inconsiderate. I'm not going to go travel and leave her at home. So
that would be a bad technique.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a lot to consider. Oh, Odin'S cramping. Yeah. So that all of those things, with some planning. My daughter's an adult already, so we're very fortunate. Yeah.
It's really cool. Where do you, like you said, you like to go to Asia, Europe? Mm-hmm. Where do you like to go? Is there repeat places, or is it always trying to find a new place?
Well, for those of you that don't know about Asia, if you have the American dollar, it goes pretty far. So Asia is a great opportunity. You just have to keep an open mind, because with lower prices or also sometimes the infrastructure is a little less. I mean, I'm pretty gung ho on the street food and just opening them up, you know. But my wife, on the other hand, you know, we learned, say in Ho Chi Minh City, we learned that $30 room, you know, can be a surprise if you're traveling with somebody. Yeah. So, you know, yeah, we paid for the whole week, and it wasn't as secure and nice as we're accustomed to as Americans. So we ate the week, and we went to a Japanese hotel. But with our dollar value being so strong, we could still eat the price and still save money. Yeah. And
the food out there is good, and it's very affordable.
Oh, absolutely.
Banh mi's are out here like $15 out there. They're like
yeah,
the price, maybe probably even cheaper than that.
Yeah, and for your viewers out there, if you don't travel, the reason why you want to travel, just the number one reason, only in America we tip. My wife gets very upset with me when we come back from Europe and Asia, and the first restaurant we go to, I'm really grouchy, and I'm telling her, why do we have to tip for?
That's a whole other conversation. Tipping culture for some stuff. They're like, should I really be tipping for this? It's weird.
Yeah.
So you see a difference in cultures.
Oh, absolutely.
You sound like you embrace where you're at. What are some differences you see between like Asian culture, European culture versus American culture, besides tipping, that you like or don't like?
Okay, so for example, like in Asia, by living in America, we don't understand the opportunity we have. America is a land of opportunity. If you do not take advantage of what we have here, travel to Asia. Travel to a country where you want to get out of either poverty, you want to better yourself, you're a hard worker, but your government doesn't let you because you can't get a visa. You know, travel to a country where you do everything right, and education, you know, is not free. Yeah, or in Europe, the Europeans, I think, are. I like Europe a lot. I mean, they go on holiday for 30 days. You know, like you guys complain about taxes here.
Some of the taxes are.
They pay probably like 40 to 60% in taxes. But what that includes is all the health care. They pay for your holidays, your month-long vacation. They did. Like in Germany, I like it where the Germans they're pretty straightforward. Sometimes you may think it's rude, but they follow the law. And just like Japan, they follow the law, which is great.
Yeah.
Which is great
there's-
because
there's
you
some
see
order.
small things, you
There's some
know?
order, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think every country I've been to, I haven't had any problems. The only problems that we've really had is by traveling experience by weather.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, well, like in Malaysia, it's like the hottest place on earth, I think. That's why they have 100 malls with air conditioning.
Malaysia gets hot. Malaysia gets real hot.
Oh, it's a great city.
You were in what, Kuala Lumpur?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Did
KL.
you get a travel outside of KL?
We didn't. We didn't. We just stayed in KL.
Okay.
I've learned that that's one of the world's traveling hubs. A lot of international people there.
Yeah.
I became friends with a guy from London.
Okay.
He just works there.
Okay.
Great city, very diverse, very affordable. Just the weather. And here's another fun fact. How we have like these young kids, you know, they want to smash and grab the jewelry store and whatnot. We're walking in the mall and you hire a security guard. They got an AK-47 right there, just waiting for you. I advocate that here.
It's a deterrent.
Yeah. You know, yeah. Yes. Someone's gonna pay for it. Believe me.
Oh my gosh, that sounds pretty crazy. But I mean, if you know, people shouldn't be stealing, and if they're going to, like, maybe there's some consequences that could happen.
Yeah. Gosh, and I hate to say that, and that's why I think immigrants here work so hard, because life in other countries are so hard as well. You know, for a while, one of my early travels, I was not anti-American, but I was like, wow, us Americans, we're spoiled. We are so spoiled. Here's another fun fact. As a Japanese American, grew up in Hawaii, lived in Vegas for 28 years.
Okay.
I speak one language. And when I go to Europe, mainly Europe, the waiters, the waitresses, the hotel people, they speak at least 3 languages,
Yep.
some of them 5 languages. And I just feel very ignorant. Very, very ignorant, you know? And you feel so, because you're an American, you're on top, no.
I would love to learn multiple languages, just to be able to create bonds with people.
Yeah. I mean, thank God for Google Translate.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I use that thing all the time.
Yeah, but other than that, I think people in general are very nice. They want to know about America. They want to know, of course, our magic word, Hawaii. I say Hawaii.
People love Hawaii.
People love Hawaii, yeah,
Hawaii.
and they love Las Vegas. Yeah, so it's fun. It's fun.
I think one of the things I like most about traveling is seeing other people's cultures, but then realizing even with differences, there's a lot of similarities.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
As human beings, we all kind of want very similar things.
Oh, absolutely. I believe there's 3 things that that we all bond. You know, it's breaking bread, food, laughing, and actually like singing.
Yeah.
I can't sing, but those 3 things I see it all around the
Give me a
world.
couple drinks. I'll make an attempt at it. You know?
Yeah.
They're gonna be good. but
Liquid
I'll
courage.
try.
Yeah. We'll do it. We'll do it. Yeah. But those 3 things, if you can hit one of them, you'll break the ice.
Yeah.
And I have countless times where I've just talked to foreigners and they're just as curious as we are.
Oh.
Yeah. So I've made actually really good friends in a lot of countries.
That's cool.
Yeah. But there's so many more countries to go to. So many.
What's on your list of, let's see, the top 3 places you want to go to that you haven't been so far?
I think I want to go to Croatia.
Okay.
Croatia, and since Croatia is close to southern Italy,
Okay.
I've been to Italy before, but not southern Italy.
Like Venice and.
Yeah, I've been to Venice,
Okay.
Rome, and Florence.
Okay.
More southern, because Croatia is right across.
Right.
That's one on my bucket
You have
list.
like a split Dubrovnik type of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's nice
Yeah.
out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta definitely do it during the holiday season.
Well,
Or before the holiday season.
here's another tip. I mean, for you parents who have kids, unfortunately, you have to travel during summer and
Right.
breaks, which is the highest peak. the most crowded, the weather's really crappy, you know, and prices are high.
Yeah.
So we always travel in the off seasons, and we research the weather. Heads up with the religious holidays, the Tet in Asia, because they all go home to their hometown.
Oh,
so.
that is chaos.
Yeah,
that is chaos. It's happening right now, right?
Yeah.
That is chaos.
Yeah, and you laugh because you probably ran into it. Yeah, you don't know until you run into it. Oh, here's another tip for you travelers. If it's I'm sorry, but if it's on Instagram, it's probably overpriced, expensive, overpopulated, and you want to think twice on it.
Yeah, there's probably a good alternative down the street, right?
Yeah. Take at least one tour, go see your sites. But the best times we ever had, my wife and I, was exploration, getting lost, finding that hole in the wall.
Yeah.
And that was the greatest thing, I think, you know. You got to be adventurous, you know.
Got to have a little bit of sense of adventure.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got Croatia. Sorry, Croatia, Southern Italy. What else? Or is that like one journey? Where else would you go?
It's so funny because we were just watching. I don't know if you guys watch like K-dramas and stuff.
Yeah.
But there's a series where these actors open restaurants for 8 days in different countries. Yeah, you should watch. You should watch.
That sounds cool. Yeah.
You should watch it. And they were just in Greenland.
Greenland, okay.
Greenland, super expensive.
Could imagine.
But there's the Northern Lights, and it's actually, my wife said it's a stopover hub to go to Europe.
Yeah.
So maybe 3 days. Prices like London, so you can't stay too long.
Right.
Yeah. I want to go probably New Zealand.
Would be cool.
I heard the new hot spot for backpackers are the Philippines.
Really?
Yeah, beach, because they all went from Bali. They're going to the Philippines now.
Where are they going, like Siargao or? Like,
I'm not sure where.
Okay.
I'm not sure where. We were supposed to go to Cambodia and Thailand.
Okay.
So that's we definitely going to hit that.
Yeah.
I think
Angkor Wat in there and.
Yeah, because it's so close.
Yeah.
We've learned the hard way about traveling, kind of coordinating things. You know, you want to coordinate south to north, north to south.
That's another challenge. Yeah? Making the travel work.
Yeah.
There's not always a flight there.
And then in Europe, for those who don't know, train is like the best thing to do to go by. Train, yeah. It's just endless. I'm going to ask a question for myself.
Okay. Yeah.
So one of the best places I think everyone should visit is in Austria, Hallstatt.
Okay. I've never been to Austria.
Yeah, it's actually an Instagram place, but it's super, super beautiful. The only other place I've been to that's as beautiful is probably Vermont.
Okay.
Very picturesque. And you get great pictures. It's a small town. Yeah, everyone loves it. Hallstatt, Austria.
Okay.
Yeah, Austria.
You can do some Sound of Music. Sound of Music, Austria, right?
Do you know that nobody in Austria is into Sound of Music? It's an American thing. Just to let you know. Just to let you know. Although in Vermont, we went to the Van Trapp brewery up there.
Okay.
He was the last Van Trapp child in the Sound of Music.
Okay.
He came to America. He started a brewery up there.
Really?
So I actually went.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's really
Small
cool.
world, right? Yeah. Everything
that's
pieces
awesome.
together. Yeah. If you're a beer drinker, man, Germany, Austria, and Belgium.
Is all the monasteries, the monk beers and everything.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, we took a tour. Well, you know what? I'm sorry. We took a tour in Bonjour? No, France, southern France.
Okay.
The wine country starts with a B. I forgot what it is. And the monks. Majority of most cultures, the monks started alcohol with the wine. And they would sell that to make a little bit of money, and most monks have started that. Yeah. Another fun fact is America is super young in history. You go to these other countries, and you get blown away. Their churches, cathedrals,
museums
is just unbelievable. You learn so much about history. So now one of my pet peeves is to learn more about history. So when I do travel, I can enjoy it more.
Okay.
I don't have to learn there, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
And you're getting a different perspective because like we went through our school system in our country, we have the American perspective. You see it from the other side. Like, hey, there's some truth to that. It's cool to actually see it.
Absolutely. A great place is Vietnam. Vietnam, learning about Vietnam,
Vietnam is
Korea.
Cool, yeah.
Korea, there is a museum there, an outdoor museum, and they have two brothers hugging, and it was a North brother and a South brother.
Okay.
And very sad, you know, you start reading about things because they're all the same culture.
Yeah.
And it's all because of politics and
There's
government.
An arbitrary line now that defines two completely different
Yeah.
governments.
Yeah. We learned a lot in Germany.
Germany had the border, right? Yeah. Huh.
The Germany, and we took tours of the hidden treasures.
Okay.
And it's very, very interesting to learn about real history. not, you know, you learn it from the people in the town, passed on from generation to generation, so you can talk with them. And it's really, really interesting. Yeah, I suggest, maybe you want to pay for it, and we were pretty frugal, but we pay for at least one tour.
Okay.
And there are free tours as well, walkable tours, just to get the lay of the land. It's worth it. Yeah.
I think learning about other people, learning about history, getting other people's perspectives is such a valuable thing. And you can read about it, but going there and doing it and seeing it firsthand, it's a completely different experience.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, you're talking about where I would want to go. I mean, I think safety is a big thing. I think weather deters us quite a bit.
Yeah.
I have to say, so far, we were very, very cautious with safety.
Okay.
I've had no trouble.
Okay.
No trouble at all. And I think if you create that, just yourself being a victim, just be vigilant, be aware. There's so many YouTube videos out there of how to keep yourself safe. I think there's one, we came off a train and one guy was whistling to the other guy. So I just stared, I stared right at him. And I told my wife, I pointed to the guy, I looked at the other guy, I said, okay, we're gonna go into more of a public area, and they were gone. Yeah, so that was the only time. Other than that,
pay attention when you're out.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, being in my field too, it took me a long time, believe me. Yeah.
Get some situation awareness.
Yeah.
Do you plan on training jiu-jitsu when you travel? Or have you trained jiu-jitsu when you travel?
No. So we talked about this earlier. I would like to get to a level where I can keep myself safe and the person I'm rolling with. But absolutely, it's why would you go traveling if you're not going to try their food, talk with people, and their culture, you know? And jiu-jitsu is such a worldwide sport now.
It is.
That it's everywhere. It's everywhere. And I think the more experience I get, you can kind of tell on who's safe and who's not safe.
Yeah. Yep.
And for me, safety is number one because I'm older. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Awesome. I don't have anything else I want to ask you. Is there anything you would like to talk about?
Just try it. Just try it. It took me years and years and years. Like I said, my daughter was intermediate, and she took it up herself, and she went through the ranks. I wish I started earlier.
We all do.
Yeah, I still keep myself in shape. Like I said, it's just another thing to do. I have so many other hobbies I want to do. It's just time is limited. But give it a shot. Give it a shot. If you know, and there's no regrets in life, right? Just do it. Just do it. It's. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's very tough, very hard. It's probably one of the hardest things you'll do in life. Yeah, but
I agree with that.
but I've been married with my wife for 30-something years, so I think I can handle it. Hopefully she won't watch this.
That's too good. All right, well, thank you, sir. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Have a good one.